dealing with distractions. We spent time talking about planning out your 5-year goals and your 1-year goals and your daily lists. And it's great to have that daily list hanging by you, which I do every day. You're working on. So what if you have this daily list full of things that are important to you and you want to get them done, and then somehow you get yourself sucked into a Facebook game and 3 hours go by and you haven't made progress on any of your items because of this Facebook game or whatever it has to be. Our world is full of easy distractions, and those makers of those distractions have poured millions of dollars in making them as addictive as possible because they want you to be sucked down into their Facebook world or Twitter world or Instagram world, whatever it happens to be. The whole interface is specifically designed to keep you clicking and clicking and doing things in their world. So you as a poor little person are trying to fight against millions of dollars and a whole team of researchers whose entire focus has been to keep you addicted for as long as possible and not moving and going and doing anything else. So how do you deal with this? All right, so there are different software packages out there if you are a software kind of person that can be on your phone or on your watch or so on, and they will sit there and bling at you, or they will even shut down your access to Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is that is causing you a problem if you need that kind of outside help. So if you need to start with something drastic just to shake you out of your routine, most of these things are free. You can download apps that'll sit there and monitor your time that you're on Facebook, and once you're on there for an hour, it will just turn off Facebook and say, okay, now it's time to do something else. Or if you want something a little less drastic, it'll send you alerts and say, all right, warning, warning, you've been on Facebook for an hour, it's time to get up and do something else. Because a lot of times we don't even realize the time has gone by. We get completely distracted. We're just so focused in on what we're doing, and it's giving us rewards for whatever reason, positive or negative rewards. There's all sorts of different techniques these systems use. And we don't realize that it's been 3 hours and we had things that we needed to get done. So if you want to use an electronic system, then that is completely fine. And you could start with something drastic just to shake you out of your habit. And then it could be that you can tone it down over time to have it just be a little warning that comes up and you say, all right, it's time for me to turn off Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is and make some progress in my life. So Facebook, I know a lot of people who get addicted to Facebook. TV. There's a lot of people, especially right now with the way DVRs work and with binge watching. I can certainly get hooked into one of my favorite TV shows. The entire series is sitting right there. I watch the first one. It's set up. It automatically rolls into the second one. It automatically rolls into the third one. And the next thing you know, you've watched the entire season and nothing else got done. And it's not healthy for you to be sitting there all day long in one position just staring at a screen. So in that case, turn off the option to have it auto forward into the next one. Make sure that it stops at the end of each one, so at least you get up and get some tea or stretch or something else and get off the couch that you're sitting on. Because even if you do want to spend 3 hours binge watching a set of episodes from a show, you should still always stretch in between them because of your body. It's healthy for, you don't want the arteries and veins to get stationary because that causes all sorts of issues for you, which the cats don't have because the cats go wandering around all the time and take little cat naps and then go swishing their tail in your face. Right, sweetie? That's what the cat likes to do. But also try to portion yourself. Say, okay, I'm going to work on writing an essay, and then as a reward I'm going to watch this episode of the TV show, and then I'm going to do something else, and then as a reward I'll watch the episode of the TV show. So there's ways to manage it. If you've got an attachment to text messaging, you can sit there and check it. Ooh, is something else new? And that's one of the more potent forms of reward systems, is the one where you never quite know if it's coming. If you've got a reward system where it says every hour something's going to happen, it's easier to put it out of your mind because you say, okay, nothing's going to happen for an hour. I can go work on other things. You know, like if you have a TV show that you really like to watch and it comes on at 8 p.m., you don't sit there checking to say, is it on yet? Because you know it's not going to be on until 8 p.m. I can get other stuff done, and then I'll be ready at 8 p.m. when it starts to be able to sit down and watch it. But text messaging and other random kinds of systems are far more addictive because you never know when it's going to be happening. And you're always eager to check, oh, did it come in now? Oh, did it come in now? And it makes a different kind of reward system. So you need to train yourself to just check it once an hour or something. Turn it in your mind into a time-based system so that you're better able to put it aside and focus on something else until you have the time that you want to go check it. The friends and family is a lot more challenging, and I have an entire book on how to say no to people so that you can say yes to the things that you want to do, and this can be really tricky. If you're used to saying yes to people, then people get used to just asking you to do things for them and assume that you're going to say yes, and then it gets even harder to then say no to them. It's important to realize that when you say no to people, it's not that you're saying they're not important. There's lots of nuts in there. You still feel that they are important, and you feel that their project is important, but you have things in your own life that need to get done. And if you keep doing things for other people, your own things shouldn't get done, and they're not showing you respect by continually saying that the things they want out of you are more important than the things that are important to you in your own life. So yes, they may want help with this, and they might want help with that, and so on. But they also need to know that you have things that you want to get done and that your things are important to you, and they should be helping you with the things that are important to you. So it's a learning process, and it's hard. It can be really challenging, especially in families where you have been come to be expected to be the person to do certain kinds of things. But it's an important step to take as a person to find a way to say, I care for you, and what you're doing is important. And at the same time, I really need to get this thing done, which is important to me, and maybe someone else can help you. And that's part of the process. It could be a great stage for them to learn how to do something on their own, or to find someone else to help them, and maybe that other person has always dreamed about being able to help someone that way, and they never had the opportunity because you kept stepping in. An example that people tend to use a lot is, what if a given person always runs a bake sale? And it used to be something they love to do, but now it's become a chore because they have other things that they want to do. People may keep asking the bake sale person to run it because it's just habit and the person does it well and so on. But it could be that there are many other people in the community who would love to run the bake sale, but they never get an opportunity to because the bake sale is being handled by someone else. So if you step back and say, I just can't do the bake sale this year, I'm happy to help someone else and teach them how it works, but I need to step back. This could be the perfect opportunity for other people to step forward and say, oh, all right, I'll give it a try, and this is something I really enjoy and it fulfills me. So try not to think of saying no as being this project's going to fail if I don't do it, and I'm the only person who can do it, and it's all on my own shoulders. There hopefully are other shoulders out there that can step up and take this burden. And if really nobody else in the world could possibly do this project, it's time to rethink the project, because none of us are invincible or last forever. At some point, all of us run into issues, whether they're health issues or medical issues. So it's good to think more long-term about making sure that this project can survive one particular person stepping back from it. All right. So take breaks, and then keep track of the things that tend to distract you, and then think up ways that you can cope with them. So whether they're family members or friends, or whether they're other kinds of issues, Facebook popping up, text messages, or so on. Make a note of the things that tend to sidetrack you from the things you want to get done. And don't be judgmental with yourself. Don't beat yourself up for, oh, I watched 3 hours of Masked Singer or something like that, and oh, that's sad. No, it's just something that happened. It's a learning process. Think about what happened. Think about ways that you can handle it next time. And hopefully over time you get better and better at managing your time effectively while still having some break times in there, because it's important to have break times. It's just also important not to get 5 hours of your time get sucked away into a project which really didn't serve any useful purpose in your goal setting projects. All right, so ask if you have any questions about distractions and how to deal with distractions and different types of ways that you can make progress in this area. You can do comments, you can contact me on social media, and I hope you make great progress towards your goals.